What's up guys, Jinx here, and today we're gonna be building my brother his first enthusiast mechanical keyboard. His budget for the whole build was around $225. So, as I looked through the different sites like mechanicalkeyboards.com, Banggood, The Key Company, Canon Keys, and a lot more, I stumbled upon a 60% keyboard from KBD fans. And there he was, the Tofu 60. So for this build, my brother wanted something sleek, and something that could fit any type of setup. So, we have the black aluminum Tofu case from KBD fans, then the DZ60 RGB NZ V2 hot swap PCB with a polycarbonate plate, and then some cheap gradient keycaps from Amazon, and the Akko CS rose red switches. Okay, starting off with the build, we'll be modding the stabilizers. The tools we'll need for the stabs are some clippers, scissors, Krytox 205 grade 0, a band-aid, and a brush. With that in mind, let's start by disassembling the stabs. Right off the bat, we'll be using the clippers to clip those tiny prongs at the bottom of the stabilizer stem. It's those tiny things that stick out of the stabilizers, and by clipping these, the stabilizer stems are going to be flat, and it should sound way better when pressing on them. Next, we're going to be taking a band-aid, and we're going to start cutting a few small strips of it. It should be small enough to fit through the stabilizer hole, because that's exactly where we're going to put it. Now on the sides of the two holes, you want to make sure that the band-aid is sticking to the surface and wrapped around it. I used a pair of tweezers I found laying on top of my desk to make sure that the band-aid is sticking against the surface of the stabilizer hole. Then making sure that the other side is the same, I grab my pair of tweezers and poke it through the hole, pushing the band-aid against the surface of the stabilizer. And then just repeat the process for all of your stabilizers. Alright, time to lube them. So, I take a small amount of Krytox and brush it around the inner parts of the housing. I do this until I feel like the lube is evenly spread around, and when I see a light sheen, just like this. While for the wires, I take a generous amount of lube because we really don't want to hear them ping noises. So, I spread the lube evenly across the surface, and I make sure that the lube is well past the bend as well. After lubing them, the wires should look a little something like this. We can finally take all our pieces and snap them back together. After assembling all of the stabilizers together and screwing them back on the PCB, we want to screw the PCB back to our case. And after finishing this part, it'll be time to move on to the switches. We'll be using CS rose red switches from Akko. Now, these switches are clacky budget linear that come in at around $10 for 45 switches, and they constantly restock. So these are a great budget linear option as well. After taking them apart, my technique for lubing them was wiping some lube on both sides first, and then brushing them 3 to 4 times. And then I continue on to brush the leaf 3 to 4 times as well. And then I brush the inside of the hole, and then around the world. To lube the springs, I just put around 10 in a bowl, and then wipe some lube on the sides, and I just shake. While for the switch stem, I try to copy Tay Type's technique of brushing some lube on both sides of the stem. Then the back, and then the front. And then just wiping it all around. Then I just brush the top of the housing with whatever lube's left on the brush. And then, just do this 60 more times and we're done. Anyway, here's a comparison of unlubed and a lube switch. While lubing those switches, I've probably watched around like 20 different build videos, so along the way, I kind of picked up a little neat magic trick. Let me show you. Huh? Wait, what? Let me try again. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And now, the keycaps. And we're finally done. This build took way longer than it really should have. Mostly because I had school, but other times I was just getting really lazy. But no more excuses this summer. I plan to work on a few more builds and reviews of switches and other budget boards until I get a job and buy something more premium. But, till then, thanks for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe for more to come. Now for the most important part, the sound test comparing stock to the finished product.